How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Infinite series, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man action figure. So I actually found this just today. I was at the mall and I was looking around my new Legends that just opened this past week, and I was looking around and I found this amazing thing, no pun intended, that was above some other retro Spider-Man action figures, and I was like, "Dang, I you know, I haven't seen this kind of figure since I was, how old was I? I believe I was 12 when this kind of action figure line came out during 2014 during the promo of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So it was really exciting for me to see this action figure actually on a shelf again. So I asked how much it was, and it was going to be about like 40 bucks. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to take it before anybody else does. And along with that, I actually got two figures. I got the Electro figure as well, because this was actually right next to it, so I couldn't help it. I had to get both, but man, was it so worth it, because just look at these two figures. They look amazing. No pun intended again, but I think that's the only term that I can use to describe these figures. But I'll be opening this in another review soon. But for today, we're going to be opening up this one. Just to review the box real quick, this is what it looks like. It seems like it comes with a Green Goblin arm that's going to be a part of this big collectible action figure, basically, that comes with all these other figures. It seems like it comes with this piece of fire too, and these hand replacements that have the the web slinging kind of action. So here's how it looks on the side. Here's the back. As you can see, there seems to be some other types of figures that are in this line. There seems to be like a Carnage, I believe, and then, yes, obviously there's Electro, and then there seems to be like, that's a Black Cat, and then a Spider-Woman, I think. And then I don't know who the other two are on the other side. Then obviously the one over here is actually one of the more popular Spider-Man figures I believe were from this action figure line, and that was the Superior Spider-Man figure, which I believe was also there at that Legends, so I just didn't get it. But yeah, that's the box. Can't wait to open this thing up, and we'll see how it looks from the outside. And here he is without the box. He looks, already from the get-go, honestly, one of the best designed Spider-Man figures that I personally own. The only other Spider-Man figure that I have that kind of lives up to this kind of standard would probably be my Tobey Maguire one, but honestly, this one seems like it has not just more detailed design, but it also looks like it has a lot more articulation compared to my Tobey Maguire figure that I have. But we'll show that maybe in a second. But for now, just wanted to get into like the look of the figure and how he's painted, because I feel like his colors just look really awesome. Already looking at the arms, you can see the texture of the like kind of honeycomb design in the blue. It's really hard to see on camera, but you can kind of see that sort of the small holes that are in the blue, which is, for a Spider-Man figure, that means they really put in a lot of work for it to look good. As for the red looks really decent. pretty accurate to what the movie Spider-Man looked like. As for the webbing design, looks pretty good as well. They don't look black. That's sort of the thing about it, though, is that they just seem kind of hollow instead of like a black web design, which is different because in the movie the webbing is black, but for the sake of the figure, I think it's just so that the figure doesn't have too much black in its color, and I think that's okay. Let's take a look at the eyes. The eyes look pretty awesome too. It looks very comic accurate, more than movie accurate, I would say, the eyes, just because they look straight up white. Which I'm not saying that it's not, it doesn't look white in the movie, but you know what I mean. It just looks very comic accurate. Let's take a look at the legs down here. A lot of muscular design in the quads. You can take a look at the calves there, and then take a look at the logo on the back. Andrew Garfield's logo is by far, for me, my favorite Spider-Man logo. I love the fact that it kind of feels like Tobey Maguire's symbol, but at the same time it's unique because it's longer. And I just like the more thin Spider-Man logo look compared to like a tiny Spider-Man look or a thick one. So I really love Andrew's Spider-Man, period. But yeah, here's the logo on the front. Overall, the looks of it just looks really awesome. I really love the look of this figure here. Now, as for articulation, let's take a look at kind of his head. It seems like, oh wow, there's a lot of neck articulation actually. Seems like it's kind of 360. Oh yeah, there you go. 360. Good, good, good. And then torso. Seems like it bends, which is good. Bends back as well. It's good. You can twist the torso as well. I'm not going to do it all the way 360, but seems like you can do that. And then bend at the elbow. Can you do shoulders? Yeah, you can pop out the shoulders as well. What about wrists? Can you turn wrists? Yes, you certainly can, especially because of these hand kind of accessories that you can put in, which I will do later. But yeah, there's that. So that's the upper body, and then for the quads, it seems like you can turn the quads, but it's a little stiff. But I believe they do go 360. And then the knee joint seems pretty flexible. And then the toe down here, or the ankle, I'm sorry, not the toe. Articulation, pretty good. You can tell a figure is really good when the articulation of the figure can be moved around. Not too much, but enough to be able to put him in different poses than just like a T-pose, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, good figure. Really, really love this figure. He's a little stiff, but I think that's just because he's kind of new out of packaging. But really awesome Spider-Man figure that I got here. Let's take a look at the other stuff that he has as well. He came with, oh, let's put him up. Came with this Green Goblin arm. Very muscular Goblin arm, honestly. Like I do want to collect the other figures just to know what this Goblin looks like. But yeah, no, very, very big Goblin arm. And I believe the fire is for the Goblin as well. Although I don't know where it's supposed to go on exactly. Anyway. Then yeah, as you guys saw, you got the hand accessories as well. And then back here it just came with a little kind of pamphlet, or not pamphlet, but manual. Oh, it's for the Green Goblin. Perfect. So looks like the fire goes onto the wrist of the Goblin, which is that makes sense. Let's see if we can put it on here. Ah, there we go. Yep, there you go. Goblin arm. It's how many? 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 1 out of 6 different pieces for the Goblin. But yeah, I think overall this figure for me, I think I'd have to give it like a 9 out of 10. I really like this figure. Maybe I'm just biased because Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man, but to compare him to like the No Way Home figure adaptation of Andrew Garfield Spider-Man that I saw that was released after No Way Home, along with the Tobey Maguire and obviously the Tom Holland figure, I feel like there's something different about the 2014 Amazing Spider-Man figure back when, you know, this was the line for the comic hero, you know. Back when Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man, this was his toy line, basically. So I feel like it's just different. You feel a more comic kind of sense with this rather than like a replica of the celebrity, which I feel like the No Way Home figures did. But I think, yeah, I'd have to give this figure a 9. It's really good. I really like this one. But yeah, I think that is my overall review of the Amazing Spider-Man Marvel Legends Infinite Series figure. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.